Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire, Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. Thanks for joining me. We've got a lot of news to get through, so I'm going to try and upload as much as I can over the weekend and the week ahead. And please don't forget you can join Scarcity from as little as $1.99 a month, where you would get podcast content before anywhere else, and also discounts on merch. And it's just a good way to support the channel, as YouTube is constantly de-ranking our news and also limiting ads on the majority of videos. Thank you to everyone that watched the Encro story yesterday, and in this video we've got a follow-up to that with some more arrests and also seizures. But in this first story of today, there's been a murder in Roman Way, North London, Islington. Our reporter Dave Nathan was at the scene and has got us some footage. Metropolitan Police have released a statement that says that officers were called at 3:20 yesterday on Saturday the 4th of July to Roman Way after reports of multiple gunshots fired. We've been told of loads of shell casings in the street, up to 7, maybe more shell casings. Despite the best efforts of paramedics, the male was pronounced dead at the scene. His next of kin have been informed, but we don't actually have a name on him yet or any details. None of his friends have contacted me. So I believe that he's 20 years old. That's what we've been told. There is no arrests, and inquiries are ongoing into the circumstances that continue. The only thing that they've said is that the gunman was meant to have been on a moped. And as you can see from the footage, with the amount of forensic teams that are at the scene, how serious this is. So I send my condolences to the family of the young man that has passed away, and I'll definitely give you an update. This is breaking news story at the moment, so we haven't got much to go on. But with the main story of this video, it's a follow-up, as I said, to the Encro story. More arrests that took place during it that we never actually covered in the previous video. There were so many different layers to that story. I couldn't possibly have fitted it all into one video. The Metropolitan Police said that part of the 54 million that was seized across the UK, this operation seized 13 million. And in one of the seizures was £5 million in just one. It's the largest ever cash seizure, and they also credit this to the hacking of Encro phones as well, the chat messaging service. They said over the past 3 months, European partners and National Crime Agency have shared data with the Metropolitan Police relating to messages sent over the encrypted communication network Encrochat. They obtained this information through international operation called Venetic. The data passed to the Metropolitan Police revealed approximately 1,400 London-based users of Encrochat. The encrypted handset allowed users to securely communicate on a platform which up until now was impenetrable by the police.
One strike.
They have successfully accessed and dismantled Encrochat, they said, disrupting one of the key communication networks used by one of the most serious offenders in the country. On receiving data, the Metropolitan Police launched Operation Eternal to target those using them for criminality. So, as you can see, the big guys, the FBI, MI5, MI6 have been gathering this information and then distributing it down to the police to be able to execute them warrants. The operation revealed the criminality of users that was previously unknown to the Metropolitan Police, as well as provided evidence to prosecute a significant number of known criminals who regarded themselves as untouchable. The operation has enabled detectives to place these individuals at the centre of networks of criminality. So far, the MPS has achieved results in 38 investigations under this operation and arrested 171 people for offences including conspiracy to murder, possession of firearms, money laundering, conspiracy to supply Class A, B and A drugs. A total of 110 people have been charged so far in that operation alone, and officers have seized £13.4 million in cash. £5 million, as I said earlier, was in one seizure. Officers recovered 16 firearms, including Scorpion submachine guns, revolvers, seized more than 500 rounds of ammunition, 37 encrypted phones, 620 kilos of Class A drugs, and 19 kilos of cannabis. Those arrested under one investigation were identified as being part of a high-harm organised crime group, also known as an OCG, with long-standing links to violent crime and the importation of Class A drugs. The central figures of this group live lavish lifestyles and live in multi-million-pound properties with access to top-of-the-range vehicles. They appear to be successful businessmen, they said, and they are dangerous individuals. Our enforcement activity against them reflects this. We used our most highly trained police officers and sophisticated tactics to arrest them at their address. Another investigation clearly demonstrates the link between international organised crime and serious violence across London. It focused on an OCG spanning out of UK, Europe and UAE, involved in the importation and distribution of cocaine and firearms. This network was supplying drugs. In June, detectives identified a plan by the OCG to shoot and kill a rival member of a group. Their investigations meant they was able to prevent this from happening. An individual was arrested for conspiracy to murder, and a loaded pistol believed to be the planned murder weapon was seized from an associate in an address that the police searched. These are some of the results from Operation Eternal, which is continuing at full speed and will result in more arrests over the coming weeks and months. Cressida Dick, the Commissioner of Scotland Yard, said that the operation is the most significant activity in her career we have ever carried out in the history of the Metropolitan Police as well. They took out serious and organised criminality across London, organised crime groups that used encrypted messaging to enable them to carry out offending undetected. And the amount of money is just shocking. And the firearms as well. These are not old revolvers and shotguns stolen from country farms. These are new, imported, fully functional. During this operation, which was in a line with all the other operations that are going on, they seized a lot of jewellery. High-value watches and 2 kilos of cocaine were seized as part of this one operation. And they was built inside vehicles. The 3 hideouts in transit vans used by suspects as part of an operation resulted in the arrest of some of the most dangerous criminals, and £30 million in cash was seized. One of them was built into the floor of a van and opened by remote control. The 2 others looked like an electrical generator box that you might see at the back of a tradesman van and were covered in tools and other building equipment. During the investigation, officers discovered the complex method of opening these boxes. They first had to be powered up using an electrical transformer device, and a specially made key fob was required to engage a hydraulic lock inside the box. This showed the great lengths that criminals go to conceal drugs and also the proceeds of crime, including these very expensive watches and chains and rings and all sorts of other jewellery. So as you can see, the police are not playing games. This is a snowball effect and it's definitely not stopping. So I'd appreciate it if you go and check out my other coverage on this story. And don't forget to follow us online at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Thank you for joining me, and please don't forget to turn on your